So here's an example to start with. 3 times 4, 3 multiplied by 4. We can think of that as 3 lots of 4. So if I use my blocks, let's just put them in there. There you go. And you can see I've got 3 lots of 4. When I add those up, I'll get 12 blocks. Now, what's also interesting, if I turn them around like that, let's try not to spill them a bit. There you have a bit, there you go. I think you can see that now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 lots of 3, like that. So you can see that 4 multiplied by 3, 4 times 3 and 3 times 4 are the same, giving you 12. Okay, so far so good. Let me take my 4 lots of 3 or 3 lots of 4 and just make them, put them together like that, and we've now got a rectangle. And the area of this rectangle will be 12 squares. So, let me move that out of the way. I'll finish with that, because now let's draw a picture of that. So, I've now got my rectangle. There's my rectangle. And let's say I've got 3 lots of 4. And I know that my area will be 12 squares. Right, so now what I'm going to do is take a more complicated multiplication. So let's try something like 27 times 34, or 27 multiplied by 34. So let's chunk these numbers. So let's just remember, let me get that out of the way. 27 multiplied by 34. There we go. So remember that the 27 underneath the 7, I can just lift up the 7, there we go. Underneath the 7 is the 20. So we know that if I chunk 27, it's a 20 and a 7. Similar story here. The 34 is a 30 with a 4. Okay, so far. So, I'm now going back to the rectangle. So, let's have my rectangle. There you go. Now, I had 27, so I'm going to chunk it. I'm going to say it's 20 with a 7. And then the other one was 34. So let's chunk the 34. So we've got 34. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is treat each of those 4 parts of the rectangle separately. So let's just move that out of the way. So I've got 2 rectangles here. So if I think of the area of this one, it's 20 and 30. I can put the 30 here if you like. So 20 times 30, that will give me my 600. So that's the area of that rectangle. Now we go to this one. 7 multiplied by 30, or 7 times 30. That gives me 210. So far so good. Now let's carry on the process down here. Remember, I've got 20 here and 7 there, so 20, and that's 4. 20, that's 80. And then 7 and 4, 28. So if I want 27 multiplied by 34. Okay, it will be 28 plus 80 plus 210 plus 600, and that's what I have to work out. So it's going to be 28 plus 80 plus 210 plus 600, and that will be my answer. So now all I have to do is add these together, and there are different strategies to doing that. Let's just think of one. At 600, 210 is 200, so it's 810, 810, and 80, 890, 898, 908, 918. So this is equal to 918. So 27, let's move it up a bit, 27 times 34 is 918. Let's try one more before you try some. So let's try 45 multiplied by 68, or 45 times 68. So let me draw my rectangle. There we go. So I'll chunk 45, so that's going to be what, 40 with 5. Okay. Then I'll chunk 68, so it's going to be 60 with 8. There you go, so there's my picture. And now I work out the 1, 2, 3, 4 separate areas. So let's start here. 40 multiplied by 60. Put 60 here if you like. 40 times 60, 2,400. 5 times 60, 300. 5 times 8, 40. 40 times 8, remember that's 8. That's 40. That's 5. 40 times 8, 320. So now what I have to do is add 40 with the 320. Okay, what's that? 360. Fine. Then add another 300, 360, and another 300, 660. 660. Now got to add 660 to 2,400. Was 600 would give me the 3,000. That's a friendly number, and 60. So it's 3,060. So this will be equal to 3,060. Now, here are 5 questions for you to try. And each time I want you to draw the rectangle and then calculate the answer. And I guess if you want, check with a calculator.